Hey everybody, how you doing? Mark here, and today's project is to winterize my bike and get it ready to sit for approximately 3 months. Now I say approximately because to me, I'll ride whenever I can. I really do. I'm not a weekend warrior. I am not a fair weather rider. I ride in pretty much anything. But here in Wisconsin, there are basically about 3 months that it's almost impossible to ride. I'm not saying you can't, but it is very difficult. And that's January, February, and March. And that's when it's the coldest, windiest, wettest, rainiest, iciest. Yeah, those 3 months are kind of nasty. You know, I can ride in November. I'll probably have a few weeks in December that I can ride, so yeah, it's not that bad. And one of the main issues for me to not ride is when they start putting salt on the road. I don't want to get the salt on Angel and have that salt rusting her out, you know, so I try to protect her in that way. So I know that you guys are probably watching this, and probably the first part of the year of 2024, I'm going to assume and guess that it's probably mid-January. This might be even my first video that I put out for the year. But for me, it is still November. So, yeah, I'm trying to get a bunch of videos recorded for you all to watch during my downtime of that January, February, and March. So we are going to do phase 1 of my bike winterization process, and that is we're going to go top off the tank. Gasoline is hydroscopic, meaning it absorbs water. So if you fill up your tank, or if you leave your tank half full, there's a big huge area here that's going to be able to absorb moisture. You don't want that. You want to try to limit it. So we're going to try to fill the tank to where the gas is just at the fill neck of your gas tank. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, one of the things I like about this gas station, it has premium with no ethanol. And I'm hoping you guys can see, you know, this neck that goes down there. And I'm going to fill up the gas to where it's inside that neck. I'm not going to try to overfill it, but I want to make sure that it's definitely... See those little holes down in there? I don't know if you can or not, but those little holes down there. So now the only surface area that I have that's open to the air is right there in the filler neck. Okay, so stage 1 of winterization of a motorcycle is complete. Now I need to go home and do stage 2. Alright guys, so now that I'm back at home, I've got it off to the side of the house where I have my hose, and I'm going to give my bike a bit of a wash. So down here at the ground I got a bucket of pretty warm water. It's not hot, but it is very warm tap water, okay? I've got 3 towels to do some washing with, and They're not color coded or anything like that for any reason. It's just 3 that I had laying on the shelf. I have some Meguiar's auto soap here. You use what you want, and I'll use what I want. In order to get my bike properly washed, I have removed my auxiliary device mounts, okay? So my phone mount, my camera mount systems, okay? I've removed those from my handlebars. I'm going to unzip my saddlebag, take my saddlebags off, and my device holders and my saddlebags, I'll wash those separately, okay? I'm not gonna wash them with the bike. Come over here, take my other saddle bag off. All right, so there's my other saddlebag. All right, so the bike is pretty much ready to be washed, and my electrical plug from my phone, I just kind of stick it down inside the inner fairing here, just to help keep the water from getting inside of it. So that way the opening is pointed down, water won't get into it. But now the next thing we got to do, all right, and I'm just gonna sit here and give the bike a little bit of a wet down, kind of loosen up any built up stuff, you know, any mud, bugs, and stuff like that that are on the bike. This does not have to be a high pressure thing at all. As you can see, I've got very little pressure here. You can also see that my exhaust and my engine are not smoking, they're not steaming, because I've actually given my bike a bit of time to cool off since I went and got the gas put in the tank. But I am not going to sit here and bore you guys with a complete wash of my bike. So I am going to more or less make a montage of the process, and you'll only see bits and pieces of it, okay guys? I think I got it all washed up pretty good. It's not perfect. I'm not a professional car cleaner, detailer, whatever you want to call them. Now I can move on to phase 3 of my winterizing procedure. Okay guys, part 3 of my prepping my bike for winterizing is blowing it dry. A lot of people buy those warm air blowers that are specifically made for motorcycles, but I think that's going to be good enough for me. Alright guys, so I got the bike blown dry. Is it perfect? No. I'm seeing a lot of water spots there still and everything like that, so it's not a perfect job, but we still have to polish it. This is my 4th and final step of winterizing my motorcycle. Now I use this royal blue wax, and I actually got this free at a motorcycle show a number of years ago, and I've still got quite a bit of it left. So yeah, this is actually lasting quite a bit. But all you gotta do is just put a little dollop on your rag, rub it in for a little while until it starts drying and hazing over, and then you take another rag and you just buff it off. It's that easy. And I primarily worry about what I consider to be the show pieces, the tank, the fenders, the side covers, things like that. Those are the one things that I really pay the most attention to. And then I start worrying about things like the mirrors and hand grips and stuff. This puts a little bit of a protective coating on your paint. It doesn't really remove scratches or anything like that, but if you do it right, when you're finishing up, the towel just like glides. I could let go of this and it'd actually just fall to the ground. So it should feel kind of slick when you're done. Oh yeah, that looks good, guys. I'm very happy with this, and I'm just gonna go around, like I said, do all my, sorry, you're way down here. I'm gonna go ahead and do my front fender, I'm gonna do my rear fender, I'm gonna do my side covers, and then if I have daylight left, I'll start worrying about the backs of the mirrors and the handlebars and stuff like that. But that's only if I have time. Okay guys, that's it. I am done winterizing Angel. Yes, that's it. That's all I do. I fill her up with gas and I give her a good wash and polish before I store her away for the winter. Yeah, store her away for the weekend. But that's it. With the gas full up to the fill neck, there's only that much of an area that's able to absorb water. Not a big area like this if my tank was like half full. All right, so that's a big difference in how much water that gasoline will absorb, okay? So I don't put any stable in my gas because of that. I do not put a battery tender on my bike because I have no power to my garage. I'm not going to run an extension cord out through an open window or something just to get power out to my garage to attend a battery all winter long. And I've never had an issue with batteries. All right, the battery that I've got in there, it's like 6 years old, and she starts up just like that, just easy as. So yeah, I don't understand how people or why people sit there and put battery tenders on their bikes all the time. I never do it, and I almost never have an issue. There's a squirrel up there yelling at me. All right, guys, well, I think that's going to be the end of my video here, and I hope you enjoyed it, because I know I had a few people asking me what do I do for winterizing the bike, and it's not much. Gas and a wash. All right, this is Mark saying thank you so much for watching. Always believe heart, soul, mind, and body in yourself. Bye, guys. She looks so pretty, I want to take her out for a ride now. Ah.